Hello there, Mary Farias here with 5 Minutes is Better Than Nothing, a personal development. We're studying my book, How to Study Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. We're in chapter 10, The Power of the Mastermind. We're on page 243. Through this metaphor, it becomes immediately obvious that the mastermind principle holds the secret of the power wielded by men who surround themselves with other men with brains. There follows now another statement which will lead still nearer to the understanding of the psychic phase of the mastermind principle. When a group of individual brains are coordinated and function in harmony, the increased energy created through that alliance becomes available to every individual brain in the group. It is a well-known fact that Henry Ford began his business career under the handicap of poverty, illiteracy, and ignorance. It is an equally well-known fact that within the inconceivably short period of 10 years, Mr. Ford mastered these three handicaps, and that within 25 years, he made himself one of the richest men in America. Connect with this fact the additional knowledge that Mr. Ford's most rapid strides became noticeable from the time he became a personal friend of Thomas A. Edison, and you will begin to understand what the influence of one mind upon another can accomplish. Go a step further and consider the fact that Mr. Ford's most outstanding achievements began from the time that he formed the acquaintance of Harvey Firestone, John Burroughs, and Luther Burbank, each a man of great brain capacity. And you will have further evidence that power may be produced through friendly alliance of minds. There is little, if any, doubt that Henry Ford is one of the best informed men in the business and industrial world. The question of his wealth needs no discussion. Analyze Mr. Ford's intimate personal friends, some of whom have already been mentioned, and you will be prepared to understand the following statement. Men take on the nature and the habits and the power of thought of those with whom they associate in a spirit of sympathy and harmony. It is really important the people who you spend the most time with. And no, sometimes we can't choose who we're with all of the time. However, we do have the ability to accept or reject any thought that comes into our mind. So, for instance, if we have well-meaning but demeaning parents or loved ones in our families or in our circles, we get to choose whether or not we accept or reject their comments or their negativity. And we get to decide what we become emotionally involved with. So, for instance, if you have a family member who tells you that, oh, you can't do that, or I wouldn't try that, or that's a stupid idea, or whatever, any iteration of the above, you get to choose whether or not you get mad at the person, become emotionally involved with them, sympathize with the person, that's becoming emotionally involved with them, internalizing their critique, that's becoming emotionally involved with it, or just say, huh, that's interesting, and move on. You get to choose. It might not feel like you get to choose, but it is your choice whether or not to become emotionally involved with anything anybody says. The people who move forward in their lives, like the Henry Fords, the Thomas Edisons, the Harvey Firestones, the Napoleon Hills, the Andrew Carnegies, the Bob Proctors, those people do not get emotionally involved with the things other people say. They do not react. They are in control of their minds. The people who are successful care not what other people have to say. The focus is on what they choose the focus to be on. They only allow in thoughts that will help them move forward. If, for instance, somebody on the outside says something smart or says something that will help them go, ooh, spark an idea, for instance, on something they're working on, they will become emotionally involved with that and accept that and move on it. But they're very discerning, and you should be too. So begin exercising that capacity to accept or reject any thought. Remember, it's up to you. No one can make you think a certain thing.